everyone, today is January 31st. In our Bible daily reading plan, we are reading through Exodus 1 through 3 and Galatians 5. And I encourage you guys to read that before you watch this video. And this text is all about the beginning of Moses' life and what how his life prepared him for what was coming in the future. But for some context, when you're thinking about this passage, you have to remember that the Israelites were in Egypt because of Joseph. Joseph saved his family from famine and brought them to Egypt. But as time went on, Joseph passed away and the rulers of Egypt forgot about him. And then the Israelites ended up in slavery. And so God needed someone to pull them out of slavery. And that was Moses. And so the beginning of Moses' life, Moses, he was set to die. Every Egyptian or every Israelite baby was supposed to be thrown in the Nile and killed. But instead, his mom put him in a basket, and Pharaoh's daughter saved him. I'm pretty sure she broke a bunch of rules saving him, but she saved him because God's plan. And he got to live his life and learn new things and to experience life in such a way that he had knowledge and he knew what leaders looked like. He lived in a palace with leaders. And his life, I think, was really preparing him to respond to God's call that was coming later in these chapters. And that's the same for our lives. Everything that happens early on and anything that happens before we respond to God's call is preparing us for the next thing, preparing us to respond to God's call in such a way that we answer it saying, yes, we will do what you want us to do. Moses' life, he killed somebody. His life wasn't perfect, and God doesn't expect our lives to be perfect. God's call of us is just like Moses, and we get to choose how we respond. And Moses, he chose to respond with, who am I? I am nobody. I'm not important. But God didn't respond in the way we thought he would. God didn't say, yes, Moses, or no, Moses, you are a leader. You are this or that. He said, Moses, I am with you, and I will be with you. And that's a great reminder that Moses' identity was not in who he was as an Israelite, but it was in who God was. And that's this truth for our identity as well, is we find our identity in who God is and our following of him. And if that's true for us, if we believe in God and our identities in him, then with him we can do anything he calls us to do. And it doesn't matter, like I said earlier, what we've done. It prepared us. All of our knowledge, our experiences, they've prepared us for what God is leading us to and calling us to do. But then you think, well, how do we find our burning bush moment? Like, I've never seen a burning bush that didn't actually burn up like Moses did. But we don't all have burning bush moments. But we get these feelings inside of us. It just feels like it says, we need to do this. For me, that was moving from California to Missouri. I had this feeling that said, it is right to be moving and I need to do that. And I'm glad I did. And so sometimes we don't have these big moments. Sometimes there's just these little things, this little gut feelings, the things that are fluttering in our tummies that say, we need to do this to further God's kingdom, to help these people. And that's so important that we follow those. Because even if it's scary, even if it's out of our comfort zone, even if we're unsure we can do it, God gives us the strength and the courage and the whatever we need to do that. He takes care of us because he is with us, just like he told Moses that he was with Moses. So today, I really encourage you guys to think, have I responded to God's call? Have I been ignoring it? And if you've been ignoring it, why? Is it because you're scared, you're unsure? Because I get it, it is scary, but we have to remember, and I encourage you to remember, that God is with us in everything that we do, and God calls us to things that he knows we can do with his help. So we just know we have to rely on God, and we can do anything he asks for us.